The swap execution facility was given life by the Dodd-Frank Act. After 3 years of meetings, rule proposals, comments, and more meetings, the final SEF rules were published by the CFTC in mid-2013, and trading has commenced on 18 registered SEFs. John Lothian News attended SEFCON IV and interviewed a dozen of the leading SEF operators, regulators, and other participants to bring you this 3-part series on SEF regulation, the changing market structure, and the new technology required to make it all happen.
I'm very impressed kind of with the technology changes that have gone on, and I'm excited about the prospects of swap execution facilities. I support the idea that bringing more trades to a screen will be beneficial for the market, and it will improve all aspects of the market.
The different SEFs out there are taking different approaches to how they want to move further or go further in this marketplace, whether it's fully a voice execution, and they're going to be an introducing broker to various SEFs, or if they're going to be a form of hybrid where they're going to introduce into one SEF, and you have other SEFs out there that are going to be completely electronic.
The vast majority of the participants that are going to be coming into this new market of trading on SEFs have been trading voice historically. So getting used to this new process is pretty essential. Getting prepared technically for the traders and risk managers and everyone at the range of investment managers is really important.
I think when people think about electronic trading, they think about a central limit order book or a futures exchange where you just look on an open two-way market and lift an offer or hit a bid. In actual fact, if you're on a SEF, you're generally trading something that's not as liquid as the most liquid asset classes. So it needs some sort of coaxing technology, be it an RFQ or an ability to build up a trade with a buyer or if you're a seller.
The basic workflow of trading in derivatives used to be fairly simple. You traded voice or RFQ and you affirmed it in one of the affirmation platforms. Now you've got new workflows for the clearinghouse coming in, credit checking coming in on a pre-trade basis. Allocations are moving to post-clearing. It's almost mind-boggling. I think if you look at the number of arrows between boxes on all the workflow diagrams are up 300% year on year with all the rule changes. So it's a much more complex landscape, especially for a buy-side firm to navigate.
A major challenge for SEFs in order to comply with new regulations is the issue of pre-trade certainty of clearing. New technology needed to be created to ensure a trade agreed to on a SEF will be accepted for clearing. No clear standard has been set, but solutions involve a ping, pull, or a push.
We are supporting 3 credit checking models currently. We are happy to support the credit checking hubs through Triana or Market or others that dealers want to use so that we can ping those hubs for credit approval pre-trade. We also allow FCMs to push their credit limits up to market access each day so that we have their limits on the system and can decrement as trades occur during the day. And we're also willing to pull credit checks from individual dealers. So there's not consensus yet on which model ultimately will make the most sense, and we are supporting all 3.
What we need to get to in order to achieve certainty of clearing end to end is ensuring that the clearinghouse, or the CCP or DCO, depending on which acronym you choose to use, stands behind that FCM. We're working diligently with the various clearinghouses, some more than others, based on their willingness to work with us in order to make that happen. But we want to work with everybody and resolve that problem across the industry. Our goal is to make sure that we can achieve a certainty of clearing, and therefore no one has any problems at all with drop trades. The whole void ab initio issue would go away for the most part if we didn't have to worry about trades that were dropped by the clearinghouse because the FCM was not an acceptable FCM to them.
The challenges with pre-trade certainty come from actually everything that happens post-trade. When we give that guarantee, that trade then flows through pipes down to the clearinghouse and to the FCM. And that closing of the loop is the piece that is still presenting gaps to the industry, and that you lose information on the trade when it goes through an affirmation platform. You might lose information through the clearinghouse. Trade shows up at the FCM, and they have no way to know that it was the trade that we gave a green light to as an order. And it just looks like a voice trade sometimes when it shows up at the CCP.
I'm frequently reminded that these are swap execution facilities, but really when you get down to it, they're technology companies. And they really have developed a resilience and a flexibility to adapt to all the different technological requirements we've thrown at them. The bigger challenge generally has been registration, onboarding, books and records. I know technology companies have made a huge investment in technology and have worked endless hours to make this happen. And they should get credit for adapting to an evolving rule set.